I've come along to a travel agents event. It's being held by Banks 2 down here at the Claremont. With me is Honorary Colonel Charles Wilson, as he now is. I have to get that right, because I always thought he was Major, but...
Indeed I am,
Indeed.
but I'm also an Honorary Colonel.
Well, never got that bit right. Really, it's a great time to catch up with you because it's almost poppy time again.
It is indeed, Paul. We are almost there. Poppy actually starts on the 27th of this month, and we haven't got long to go, so we're looking forward to that, because as you know, the island is tremendous for poppy, and this year, or last poppy year, we raised £133,000. That is obviously more than £1 per head of population, and more than anywhere else in the British Isles of comparable population.
And you've done this, I mean, you've always topped the charts, but it's always, almost like now, a bit of a pressure to keep this position, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is, because we've won it for 32 years on the trot.
32? It's incredible.
It is incredible, and we're looking forward this year to starting again, because the poppy year now runs from September to September.
Right. I mean, probably more than any times, it just seems right back in the forefront of people's psyche now to give to this appeal. Would you agree? And people are coming up with the goods?
Yes, they are, and particularly younger people. And it's interesting to see that younger people are now coming up with money to help people, particularly with Afghanistan. And whether you agree with the war or not is another matter. The point being that soldiers are there, and soldiers are being seriously injured, and they're being brought back and they're being cared for, and part of that care comes from the Royal British Legion and the Poppy Fund and what you put into it.
Well, we're talking about this much near the time, but the link here with Manx 2 has been an interesting one, because they're the designated charity, I think, for you this year, but they've actually come up with a lot of help for you.
They have indeed. They selected us as their charity of the year, and when Noel Hayes, the chairman of Manx 2, learned that troops were having difficulty with the bridge from UK to here because the MOD has run out of money and will get them to Liverpool but won't get them any further, he very, very generously gave us 50 free flights, and we've used quite a lot of them. We've used them for troops coming back from Afghanistan, but we've also used them in other ways. For example, a veteran going over to see his family in the United Kingdom. It's been absolutely terrific working with the Manx 2 team.
Got some pictures actually of a fundraiser we went to earlier this year. People pulling an aircraft outside the hangars down at Rollsway.
That was great fun indeed, yes. And we actually had the children, we posed the children because they all wanted to pull an aircraft. So it looked as though 3 or 4 children were actually pulling this aircraft along the road. And it was terrific. And we raised some money again for the Poppy Fund there.
So have you got a target this year for how much you want to raise?
More than last year. We'll be lucky though, because a lot of money from the 90th anniversary of the Royal British Legion, which was the year before, went into last year's Poppy Fund. But we've got to keep our eyes on the target, we've got to keep our eyes on the main chance, and that is hopefully to earn more than £133,000.